And John Deere's really got it figured out. Or I guess the newer equipment in general. These things got probably 100 hours on them and they're not very plugged at all. Brought them home to get them blown out though. Taking them off the pickup so Cameron can get that done. Mom and Pam are making sure all of us boys are taken care of. They keep asking us if we grabbed our lunch yet. Every day they have lunch made for us and they bring supper to the field, which is awesome.
I'm back on servicing, filling them up with diesel. Everyone else showed up earlier because one of the combines has some problems with the headers. They came to go stop and get parts and fix that. So Preston and Dad took 2 of the trucks. They took off with them. Brandon ran to another dealership to finish getting parts we needed to put a header back together. So I'm on filling and servicing. I pulled out the air filters so they could be blown out. Now I gotta make sure they all make it back in. Man, it sure is nice having someone that'll drag the hose for you. Thanks, Jay.
You're welcome.
It's also really nice having them hand me the hoses and turn the pumps on and off for me. It saves me trips up and down for each one of these. This thing is not supposed to do that. Brian got the parts for that. I'm gonna start working on that. And Brandon's gonna work on this thing. It fell off a while ago. We were just sending it though. Okay, I got those 3 replaced. Luckily, when you're very unhealthy like me, it's fairly easy to get out of small spots. Grab all my junk and find a suitable place to put all this. Suitable enough for me. Well, they're gonna finish greasing their headers. I believe that's all that's left. JT just gave me a ride to my truck, so I'm gonna take this over to hopefully try and keep up with trucks.
On the bright side of today, it's 10 o'clock and all my lunch is gone already, so we're doing great there. So typically when we're hauling and we pass each other on the road, Cameron's the loaded truck here and I'm the empty. So the empty truck always stops and pulls over, so the loaded truck has as much nice room as he can. That's what we do as each other, just as a courtesy thing. Sir, what are you waiting for? Dominic's going, we gotta go. He's been rolling for like an hour already. Yeah, I definitely think this power folding hopper makes me a BTO. Oh, we gotta go, Brandon. What we sitting around? Mason, could you have at least cleaned the cab out last night, bro? Oh my goodness. First load of the day. We're at 13.5 moisture here. The elevator's piling on the ground, so they really can't take wet beans anymore. Since our beans are a little bit wet this morning, we just gotta drive a little slower, so that way the air barn down there has enough time to dry them out. We also gotta turn the cleaning fan up here too. That should help dry them out a little bit more. Having a dryer sample at the elevator near you. Well, that didn't take long. I got to run combine for about an hour, and we've already got the truck swamped. When Mason was running yesterday, he's got a few broken sections and guards wherever the broken one is right here. I'm gonna get these replaced for him, and then I'm gonna head out in my truck right there. Well, I got this carnage fixed for when Mason gets here, so he's ready to go, but I gotta get going in the truck. Like Cameron in the field before I take off here, I guess. Oh, looks like he's got a load for me. I drove back to the back of the field to say hi.
I just went and peeked over that hill with the truck and they just finished the field back there. I'm gonna wait for them to get up here. I think I'm gonna take one of the combines to help them move because we got Mason in one of them and going to the next field. Kind of got to get over the mailbox before you can get into the approach. So I'm gonna take it so we don't take out a mailbox. You gotta go unload Brandon in front of me. He's way full. We went all the way around this field. It's a mile long, it's 2 quarters. And just getting around, we didn't even make it around the whole thing because there's kind of a creek that splits it. We got the grain cart full. And Dad just showed up and my semi's still over in the other field, so.
Number 22, I love it. He's got a number 22 on his X9 as if it's his 22nd. The white combine really got this field before we got here. This one is bad. I mean, all the beans are on the ground. They started growing, but the frost killed them. So here's a few growing, but all these pods are just popped open. It's ridiculous. Sucks, still gotta combine it. Wish we would have kept the actual crop here. I don't know why I always eat these things. They taste horrible. We got Mason up in the combine here. He's a little nervous. He's taking it slow, which is good. And even while I was recording him under pressure, he spotted that rock and lifted over it. Good job, Mason. He never destroyed my header. He doesn't like opening the field and unloading on the go because he can't use auto steer, which is acceptable, I guess. It's only his second day ever running a combine. Right now they're taking all 3 machines and they're just going around the whole thing. It's a big field, it's a half section. At least this gives me a little time to record for you guys. Well, that's some pretty good timing. We just get done combining this field and it looks like the cows found their way in there already too. At least it's harvested, I guess. I'm gonna have to call the landlord. That looks like a big mess. I kinda need to use the restroom. Do you guys think anyone's home? You think they'd mind? Yep, these beans here, they look great. Nice waist high. Oh heck, we're almost up to these things high. Yes, this sadly is our bean field, and whatever weed this is, kind of took it over. There's a bunch of manure spread here, and I don't know, for some reason on this end of this field, we always struggle with weed control. The rest of the field's clean. I don't know, we gotta do something about it. We gotta address it a little bit better. I mean, there's a few beans down here, but not much. A lot of organic matter, I guess, but weeds are not paying the bills. We gotta get this figured out here in the front of this field. Looks like Brandon went around here and carved out all the weed spots. Now he's going back across. I'm thinking he closed his sieves up and everything and opened his, just changed a bunch of settings so the weeds don't end up in the hopper. Now he's going around and combining it. So at least the field looks nice. I think it's gonna be the best thing for next year. We'll come down in here hopefully and get a good fall burn down on it. And hopefully this field stays clean then and we got it fixed. Them weeds are taller than me in there. It's kind of just acting as a mower at this point. Oh, you can hear that engine working. Holy smokes. On the bright side, with all this organic matter, super good for the soil, getting it covered up. All the weed seeds are not super good though.
The elevator's closed. My truck's running over there. I don't know if you can see him or not, but Dad's over there. He's gonna wait it out for it to cool down and he's gonna shut that off. It got dark out. Dark, you can't see near as good. Mom didn't want to break nothing, so she shut hers down. So I jumped into it now. We got my truck to finish filling. The other 2, I think Dad said were full already. And we got the grain cart yet to fill.
Once again, looks like we got one of those deals. We just finished this field and everything's full. Turned out perfectly. Me, Dad, and Cameron are gonna head down and get trucks empty this morning while we're still wet and frosty out. I just got done checking all the tires on my semi here. And amazingly, between all 3 rigs, we've yet to have one go flat this year. So far, so good. Well guys, I found a gauge wheel from the air seeder. Too bad the actual inside part of this is just chilling in my combine. I just know that the combine's making really funny noises when I try turning it on. So we're gonna start ripping this apart. Well, I found my gauge wheel. I'm not sure why these are leaking. I don't know if it's just, if we blew them up. Hey, that sound is that thing in the chopper hitting. Well, I've come to the conclusion now that it's not just mildly damaged. I'm thinking that both these motors back here blew up. I'm thinking the whole entire chopper back here is shot because that is not supposed to look like that. That's not supposed to look like that. It's bowed in here. This entire back spinner is destroyed pretty much. All because a gauge wheel fell off the air seeder. We got a technician coming in the morning as well. Oh, good day turned into a bad one in one heck of a hurry. Stuff happens though, I guess. And it happened to me this time. I got the combine home here and mildly blown off. I hate that job. But I am going to take some more stuff apart here and see what else is broken. The guys are still going with the other 2 machines though. At least we got something still rolling. I grabbed a light here. I'm gonna take all these panels out here off and take a look at my rasp bars or whatever you'd call the thing that goes around the rotor and see if any of that got bent up. See if my damage is really huge besides just my chopper. Oh, these things are so dusty all the time. It's annoying. Well, from what I can visually see on this side, everything looks okay. I'm guessing it went through that thing too. To bend anything up here? No, that looks okay. Kind of thinking it went through decently in one piece. Then when the chopper got to it, she was not a fan. Well, since I can't really see anything, I'm just gonna kind of wait for the technician to get here tomorrow and see what's going on. But I'm curious what's going on with these motors, why these are leaking. I'm thinking they just probably blew up, but. Okay, it smells like hydraulic oil under here. I'm not no mechanic, but I think I blew those up. Oh, coolio, coolio.